rolling. All right, so today we have the pleasure of interviewing the singer, songwriter, and recording artist, Brianna Alexis. How you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So before we get into music, let's start off with your upbringing. So where are you from?
I'm from DC.
You from DC? What part?
Northeast.
Northeast? There's this stigma that says like different parts of DC have different personalities. Like, Northeast is like the uptown, the bougie type, and then Southeast is. Do you believe in that? Is there any like validity to that?
Sometimes, not all the time. I feel like if you're from DC, it's all pretty much the same. But some people think like Southeast has like people that have like rougher upbringings. Northwest is kind of like Northwest, Northeast, like you said, might be a little bit more like I don't know, bougie or something like that. But I mean, essentially, I don't really care as long as I get along with whoever. It just doesn't matter to me.
So what was your upbringing like?
When I was younger, I had like just a regular upbringing. I had a regular upbringing. It was like a lot of stuff went on at home, like personal. My brother went through some stuff at the hospital, so I didn't really grow up how I saw my friends grow up. It was more so a lot of time spent at the hospital or some stuff like that. But as I got older, it started getting fun. Like towards middle school, it started getting fun. I started going over my friend's house more, meeting more people. But my mom was one of those moms who she wouldn't let me go outside. So I would have to ask her to go to my friend's house in order to go outside. So, yeah, a lot of the times I listen to a lot of music. I talk to my aunts. I used to always want to go to the club with them. Stuff like that.
Okay. So what were your hobbies before you started singing? We're going to get into the music, but I want to start.
Before I started singing.
Yeah, what were you into?
That's hard. I started singing when I was like 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So you start off in the church or?
Yeah. I started off, my mom's side and my dad's side, they sing. So I guess it was just inevitable, kind of. I did sing in church when I was younger, but that was like 6, 7, 8. But I say outside of singing, my hobbies when I was younger were like reading books, watching movies. I would go outside, ride my bike, talk to my brother. I got like a billion little cousins, so I would talk to them. And we would just go outside, play football or something like that.
Oh, you were an athlete playing football?
I had a lot of boy cousins, so
okay.
We would go outside and I would play football, ride bikes with them. So.
Okay, so that was when you were younger, started singing. So now, high school, did you play any sports? Were you?
So in high school, I didn't play sports. I played volleyball and basketball in middle school.
Okay.
In high school, I went to a performing arts school, so we didn't have sports there. So a lot of the time was spent performing, practicing for performances, rehearsing in class, singing, like doing our vocal type or something like that, learning how to read music, learning how to play the piano. So unfortunately, we didn't have sports. I would have loved it. I wanted to try out for volleyball for a different school. I just never did.
So what was life like in school? What type of person were you in high school? Were you the type that was going out a lot, or were you like inside studying? Like,
when I was in high school, I was not the type that went out. I was the type, like I said, growing up, my mom was more so the mom who, where you going? Like,
yeah,
you're not going nowhere unless you really ask, unless you like beg and beg and beg. But in high school, I was like the good girl kind of, I guess. I wasn't really the type to get in trouble. I got detention one time in middle school for something I didn't even do.
We would like to hear that story.
Huh?
We want to hear the story about that.
Okay. So basically, there was these girls who they were fighting, and middle school, everybody wants to go see the fight, so they all went to the alley. Of course, my best friend at the time, she went to the alley to go see the fight, and she was recording the fight. So in her recording, I was looking for her because I was going to go home. I always told her bye before I went home. So I went to go find her. She was in the alley, and you could see me go up to her in the video, and she called my name out. So the next day, everybody who was in the video, everybody who the principal saw in the video, we all got detention. So that was the only time I had detention.
That was the only time?
Only time.
Okay. So let's transition to the music a little bit. So I listened to your 2 songs that are out now. Okay. Everything is very romantic. So
you think so?
I think so. I think it has.
Which ones did you listen to?
It's about love. I listened to With the pink titles, I have it in my notes here.
Okay, in my head.
In my head,
So I got
yes,
3
and
songs
Signal.
out. I got 3 songs out.
The third one is a demo, right?
Yeah, I'm counting that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so my question is, have you ever fell in love before?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
What was your first relationship like when you fell for somebody?
It was different, I guess. Something that, I've never experienced before. I'm still young, so, I haven't gone through that much in relationships. But it was a nice feeling, very nice feeling to have. I enjoyed it. It was cool.
So is that relationship still going on? What does that mean?
Like, not really.
You have a situation?
I mean, like, it's just kind of like, I don't know. We're just gonna skip that question.
You gonna keep it there?
Yeah, we're just gonna skip that.
Okay. So my next question is, what is your outlook on men in general? Your outlook on men in general. Like, how do you feel about, a lot of people have these stereotypes. You listen to people like Sexy Red, fuck my baby daddy, things like that. What is your outlook on relationships and being with these type of guys? You feel like everyone's toxic? You feel like...
My outlook, I feel like I generally just think that, like, everybody is who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really just have to meet them at face value and see who they are for themselves. I mean, I know some people, like you said, Sexy Red has that whole view on people or view on men. Some people think that all men are toxic. Some people think that they're not. And I mean, that's on them, really. If I meet you and I like you, then that's cool. I don't really have a general view on everyone as a whole. Everybody's different, so
that's good. So I would like to know, how have you matured over time? You talked about when you were younger, 3-year-old, you started singing. High school, you're playing football and whatnot. We're not playing football in high school, but you were playing football in middle school. So what has changed over the years with you in your life? Has anything clicked? Have you learned anything? Is there anything that you used to do that you don't do now?
I think what has changed for me is the people that I've hung around, or I tend to put myself around. When I was younger, I used to hang around kind of, not the wrong crowd, but there was like a specific person who my mom was kind of skeptical of, but she didn't really want to say anything to me because she knew like our circumstance and everything. But as I got older, I feel like I owe this to my mom. My mom is a very logical person. She's a reasonable person, but she'll also like let you see something for yourself. So I feel like as I got older, I started seeing what my mom was seeing. She wouldn't like outright directly tell me. She would make like little hints at something. So as I got older, I would start to see in people what my mom was seeing in them. So I tended to, I guess, steer away from those type of people when I got older, and it did me well. It did me well. I think I have a good circle of friends right now at the moment. Yeah.
So have those past relationships that you had, how has that negatively impacted you think, when you were in that circle? What were the things that your mom was talking about that you should look out for?
So, like I said, this is in middle school, so
yeah.
Those people would basically get in trouble a lot. Me, in the school that I went to, my mom was a part of like PSA, the PTA.
She was everywhere. She knew what was going on.
Mom, like, you knew who my mom was at that school.
Yeah.
So all the teachers knew her. If I got in trouble, my mom was probably the first person to know about it before anybody else knew about it. So I think that just hanging around those people didn't help me in any way, because it was just, they just like to be negative. Now, I'm not a negative person. My family, we're not negative people. My mom's a negative person.
I see that.
Very
positive.
So yeah, they were just negative, and they were kind of like, some people you go around, you can kind of feel their energy on yours, and they just tend to drain you a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's how that went.
So were you raised exclusively by your mother, or
So when I was younger, my mom and dad were together, and then when I was like 8, they broke up. I think 7, 8, they broke up, and then It was just my mom.
Do you still have a relationship with your father?
Yeah, I love my dad.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question, I'm about to get into music. I promise
Okay.
we're gonna get in there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
I like to paint the picture of who you actually are as a person.
Okay.
I think that's important,
Okay.
along with the music as
Thank
well.
you.
So my next question is: you said that you fell in love before. Have you ever felt heartbreak?
Have I ever felt
Heartbreak.
heartbreak?
Yeah.
I have, and I think that that was something to experience. That was something that it was like my first heartbreak. I guess I'll talk about that. Was something to experience. It was very different than something I felt. Like, you know how you can literally feel your heart just kind of like
We know.
like quench. I was like, wait, what is this? But I got over it.
So what happened? You got to tell us.
I mean,
we want to know. We want to know. You sitting on the couch now, like you
okay.
all the way in Richmond. We gotta
All right.
talk.
Okay. So I was in high school. I was in a relationship with this boy. Basically, we, you know, as time goes on in relationships, you might start to argue more. So I decided maybe we needed some space from each other, right? So space being like space, and then we come back to each other, like calm down a little bit, and then we talk about it a little bit later. So during that space period, me and some of my friends would see him and another person, another girl, just like flirting with each other, like doing little things that was like really weird. So the whole process of that situation was kind of like, I don't know, it was like very sad to me because I didn't expect it from that person. I didn't expect it from both of them actually. So it was just like, all right, cool.
So the woman, you also knew her as well.
We all went to high school together.
Okay.
Yeah. So me and her, I wouldn't say we were exactly friends, but we would talk to each other sometimes. But I mean, I don't know. But so when I would see that, I would just kind of get in like my little shell. I'm not the most confrontational person.
Right.
So I just feel like, okay, I see
Ball it
how
up.
this is, yeah, I see how this is going. I tend to hold stuff in sometimes. And then there was people, like other students in the school, who would like come and tell me some things about what they were seeing, like what was going on after school between them. And I was just like, wait, huh? So like I said, I'm the type of person that holds stuff in, and holding all that stuff in, I just like, so I went up to her and basically
You did what?
I mean, I wanted to fight her.
You wanted to?
Yeah.
But
so
you didn't?
I didn't.
Okay.
But we had broke up after that, and it was like I said, I wasn't expecting it from him, so I just kind of shut down when I got home that day. I shut down when I got home. I cried. And me being me, I was over it in like 3 days, but like I was still sad.
Was it really love? You were over it in 3 days?
I mean, this was high school.
All right, you're right.
But like I had love for him. Yeah. Like I don't know if I was in love with him, but I had love for him.
Two different things.
Yeah. So like I did feel heartbreak because it was like I didn't want to talk to him anymore, and I don't know if he wanted to talk to me, but I just ended that whole thing.
Okay. I'm gonna take one break. I'm gonna fix the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you mind if I just flip on? We just want this to be up more.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I talk really low.
It's all good. All right, that should be better.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So now let's get into the music. Finally, right? So my first question for you is, how would you describe yourself as an artist?
Like genre-wise?
In general, you know, a lot of artists, you look at somebody like Playboy Cardi, you say he's a real edgy, he's got that punk side. Like, how would you describe yourself? Somebody who didn't know you, how would you say?
I think I'm a pretty calm singer. I think my main focus is in R&B, but I like to go kind of, I wouldn't say like full alternative, but I kind of like to dabble in alternative a little bit with like more unique beats, something like that. And I think along the line, I want to get into like pop. I think I like to listen to pop, so it's something that I would like to try out one day.
You want to try rapping as well?
No, would I try rapping? I wouldn't try rapping as like a career.
Who
But
would be
I would like make a rap song and just keep it to myself.
if you were to make a rap song, who would you sound like?
What I would sound like if I were to make a rap song? That is a great question. I feel like I would want to sound like.
This is gonna give us a lot of information about you with this
Oh
question.
my God. I feel like if I was to make a rap song, I would want to sound like. Actually, I did make a rap song.
You did?
I did.
Okay.
For my birthday. Now, I think I sounded like, you know how people from the DMV sound when they rap.
Yeah, I have
But
another question about that as well.
I feel like I sounded like a regular like DMV rapper.
Really?
Yeah.
So, because I've listened to the songs, it's nowhere near DMV rap at all.
Okay, but those are songs.
Okay.
Like, those are like singing songs.
Okay. But I just couldn't. That's a curveball. I wouldn't expect it. Okay. So we're talking about DMV rap. Do you feel like that genre can succeed? You think it can move past the DMV?
Rap in the DMV? Do I think it can get bigger than just the DMV?
Yep.
Of course, I feel like in the DMV, I think I've noticed like a lot of people here have this thing where they don't really like to support you unless you like kind of are getting up there already. And I feel like it could be bigger than that if we all just like support each other from the bottom, like what's going on here.
Right.
So I feel like we need more of like what's going on at Creative House. And I feel like once that happens, then the DMV might be able to get there. I know a lot of people outside of us, they know about our music, like they know about go-go and stuff like that. But it's kind of just like the support, I guess, isn't where you would expect it to be.
So what drives you to create, and what are some inspirations that you have towards your music?
Something that drives me to create. I'm not the best at expressing myself. Like I said, I don't like confrontation a lot. I'm not the best at expressing myself in those situations. So instead of, telling you something, I'll end up just writing it down and just putting it in a song. I feel like that's kind of an outlet for me. That's something that inspires me to, I guess, keep going.
So tell me something that makes you unique as a person and an artist. You got to separate the two.
That is true. Okay. Something that makes me different or unique.
Different.
As a person and artist. Like I said, everybody's different. I feel like I don't know a lot of people personally to be like, yeah, this is what sets me apart from them. But I just feel like my music kind of is on a different style, I guess. Like
different style?
Like beat-wise, more kind of unique. I feel like I try to be very specific with what I'm saying. So I don't know. I feel like I'm just a calm person. I don't really exude myself like with a lot of energy. I'm very calm.
So was it hard to finally come out with your first project?
With my first record?
Your first record, yeah.
Okay. It wasn't hard. I wouldn't say it was hard. I was nervous though. I was nervous. I wasn't hard. I'm the type of person I'll ask my friends a billion times, like for their advice before I actually do something. I was gonna do it anyways, but I just be like, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Should I do this? And they were like, duh, like yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, I was nervous because it was my first one. And I didn't know how people were gonna react to it. I'm not the most active person on social media, so a lot of people had never heard me sing before outside of like the school that I went to. So I was nervous, but luckily I did it, or else I wouldn't be here tonight.
Correct. So what do you feel like is your biggest song right now?
I feel like In My Head is my biggest song, my first song.
Let's talk about it.
A lot of people love that song. It's not my favorite, but I feel like a lot of people love that song. That song I think has got the most plays. I don't know how, but yeah.
So what is your favorite? Is it Signal?
My favorite song of mine is actually an unreleased song that I'm going to sing today.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll get to hear that. It's called Nights Alone. I guess release songs, my favorite would be Goodbye.
Okay.
That's the demo on SoundCloud.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the demo yet.
Okay, you gotta listen to it.
I'm
You gotta
listening to it.
listen
I'm gonna tap in. So, what made you get an interview with Behind the Buzz?
I've done one before. I've done an interview before. I felt like it was good exposure. I was just having a conversation with somebody over there who's performing tonight also. And she told me that she actually found my Instagram and my songs through the interview I did, and I posted on YouTube. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, it did what I thought it was going to do. It brought like more traction to my page. And actually, I do like talking to people.
Yeah.
I like to be asked questions and like get to let people get to know more about me.
Well, we like learning about people.
Yeah, like I just sometimes I'm that type of person who when somebody asks me about myself, I be forgetting like about myself. Like if I ask you, like, okay, what do you like to do? What are some things you like to do? You're like, oh, there are some things like that. But
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of fun hearing like different questions people like to ask, different ways that they can interpret, I guess, who I am.
All right. So what do we need to look out for when you do your live session today?
Okay, like I said, so this is an unreleased song. It's called Nights Alone. This song, I wanted to come out Valentine's Day, so February 14th, 2024. I just want everybody to really like listen to what I'm saying. I think it's not a romantic song, like you said. It's not a love song, which is why I wanted to come out February 14th. It's more sad. So I hope everybody, not everybody, but I hope some people can relate to it.
We're going to get into it for sure. So as we are winding down with this interview, is there anything else you would like to mention, like upcoming projects or another fact about you that we didn't touch on?
Upcoming projects, I do want to drop an EP sometime before summer. Like a 5-song EP maybe. Sometime before like June. So hopefully look out for that. I have some songs that will be on it. I'm just trying to figure out the date.
All right. And where can we find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me Brianna Alexis on all social media. BriannaAlexis.
So that's a wrap for this interview. Please follow Brianna Alexis and BTB on Instagram. And as always, thank you, Brianna, for this conversation. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, continue to
be your buzz.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
You.